Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic, and welcome to this evening's new edition of the Into the Storm. With me, of course, is Penny Kelly. You can find her work at pennykelly.com and also here on her Penny Kelly official YouTube channel. Penny, welcome
Yeah.
back to the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
It's been a week. It's busy. A lot of shows,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot
I
of
hope
crazy stuff.
everybody out there is okay. We've just about got buried in snow this week. So,
Same
um,
here. It's been crazy.
oh, yeah.
My
It went up
greenhouse,
your way.
the ridge beam on my greenhouse, like I have to
Oh,
watch it. We had really heavy snow, and
yeah.
I woke up one night. The dog was
Oh,
making noise, and I looked outside. I was like, "Oh shit! If I don't
oh,
go take that snow off right now, it's gonna crack." And just
yeah.
as I was there, like I could tell it was buckling. So I was like, "Whew!"
Oh, my God.
The dog knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Penny, well, first of all, Happy New Year. It's the first time you're here in
Oh,
2024. How are you
yeah.
doing? And where do you see things going? It appears that even though we're just
Oh,
2 weeks into the year, it already feels like we had 4 months worth of news in those two first weeks. So Happy New Year, and let us know here what you're and how you're dealing with the crazy rate of change
yeah.
that is
I'll
before
tell
us.
you,
So
there have been so many things that I'm trying to keep track of and still keep up with, all of my stuff. And and people don't want to hear anything negative. They don't want to hear any bad news. I'm like, I, in this look see that I put out, it was like, okay, I'm just going to look over the coming year. What
yeah.
do I see? And not a whole lot of it was good.
Mhm.
There was a lot that I left out that was way worse. But I thought, okay, let's limit it to what I think is really coming at us. And when people complained, I thought, well, then by gosh, why don't you do something different? Why don't you make something else happen?
Yeah.
Why complain to me that I see bad news, bad stuff? It doesn't look very good out there if you're looking at certain, um, I'm going to say, factors that involve the old world. If you're looking at the new world, then there's a whole bunch of possibilities,
Yeah.
but they aren't here yet. So here we are,
Here we are.
stuck in the middle with you. So,
I love that song. Oh my god!
yeah,
When I was a DJ in university, just after high school, there was a remake
yeah.
of that song "Stuck in the Middle with You" with the dance remix type of thing, and I used to play the original with anyways, it was a cool
Oh,
song.
I love that song. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
Oh,
song.
wow.
Oh man, oh man, absolutely love Penny says Gisela. Oui, merci, thank you, appreciate that.
Oh,
Love.
thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, she says I love that song too. Everybody does too. And guys, yes, we
Yeah.
are triple casting on Twitter. So yes, I'm going to be
Yeah.
taking questions and comments from Twitter. So don't be shy on Twitter.
Yeah.
Populate that chat, and I'll be sharing that with you guys as we go.
Oh,
Penny, so a couple of things happened since you and I
mm,
talked. The Epstein list, of
couple.
course, came out early January. Trump just won the Iowa caucus, of course. People dropping from the
Oh,
race yesterday.
yeah.
We're getting more and more saber rattling. I saw Alex Jones come out earlier today.
Oh,
Suggesting that Germany was ready to go for war, that some of these leaked documents were suggesting that we were already on this countdown for World War III. You can see that here now, too.
yeah.
So, in your view, all this stuff that's coming out now, is this pushing the dark side into a corner to perhaps either do the World War III thing, either do the fake alien invasion thing, either completely kill the switch on the financial system? They need to change the channel here because it's not going too well. The stuff in Davos also is not going too well. What do you
And
think? Are they cornered right now? Are they the endangered,
yeah,
cornered animal? What's going on?
I think they are. There's so many things that are not going well for them. um it's not that I want it to go well for them. So I do see that Germany is going to come to a point, the fork in the road. They're almost there, where they're either going to have to decide, we're going to war, or we're dropping out of the EU. And I was looking at that in the look see, they dropped out. It looked like that was the people's choice, if I can say it that way. And there were other there were troubles in Poland. There were troubles in a lot of places. And the EU just sort of, nobody announces that the EU is now over. But if you're watching and you're looking at what's actually happening on the ground, it looks like it's over this year, and like finishes its it's cracking up next year. So here we are at a place of, okay, you guys, you want war or not? Stand up if you don't want war. And
Make
a
or
lot of
break.
people in Germany, yeah, they are. I saw the pictures of the number of tractors that were parked in some, I'm not sure where it was. I think it was some kind of civic or courthouse thing. Yeah.
Nice.
OMG.
Yeah.
I was just like, I have a tractor and I know what it is for fuel, how many miles to the gallon you get for that. And so that's pretty amazing. And that says, look, Mr. Politician, if you're not listening, we can take these tractors and run right over your house.
Yeah.
And it's going to come to almost that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There was a video yesterday. Klaus Schwab was saying something that, he was talking to his peers and he's suggesting that we needed to change the legislation to protect the few from the many. And I'm like, wait a second, that's not how it works in Star Trek. Remember when
No.
when Spock dies at the end? He says, it's the contrary. We need to protect the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Amazing.
That's the Star Trek rule, as he says, live long and prosper. So I think Klaus Schwab needs a refresher course here on what it is to be human.
That says to me that they have totally forgotten that they're there working for us, or supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it ass backwards. That's terrible.
Watch your French, Georgie. Penny. Okay, I won't get into it. But somebody was suggesting the other day that they wanted to subscribe because I might have spoke French, but I mean, like, I might have swore. I was like, things are like really rough in the world. So give me a break. If sometimes I lose my cool during the live shows, I get frustrated with some of this news.
Janine posted something with I think it was at Mark Atwood and Ricardo Bossi, and he was talking about people complain about how much I swear, and he just increased it, and I just had to laugh. It's like, what are you going to say when you see that kind of crap happening? So
yeah, I love Bossi when he was on the show too. He said, "I'm just a simple soldier. I just call it like it is. If you're not happy, fuck off." So
I know.
Okay, Rick.
Oh my gosh,
that was great. Speaking of more positive things, Penny, I just realized there's a bunch of people saying that it's your birthday and happy solar return. So happy birthday to you, Penny. Happy solar return. It says Giselle Crevier. Wow, that's a nice French name too. So
how do you say that name? Giselle
Crevier.
Crevier.
Yeah, Giselle Crevier.
Thank you, Giselle.
So how do you feel this year, having your birthday, solar return, and looking at the prospects of 2024? How do you feel personally with all of this?
It doesn't feel like a birthday. It doesn't feel like I'm one iota older than it was last year on my birthday. It's like, okay, 76 now. Okay, we're getting up there. Well, yeah, I guess we are. Okay, back to work.
Back to work. We have a war to fight. I know.
I know. I'm not the least bit concerned about age or aging or any of that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Well, a big happy birthday to you. My heart is with you, and I hope that 2024, not withholding what's happening in the war, brings you personally a lot of love, health, and abundance. That's my wish for
Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take as much as I can get.
Okay, you're welcome. Join me in the chat also in sending Penny some love, health, and abundance.
Oh, look at all that. Oh, my.
There's a lot in there. And the Rumble feed is also full of happy birthday wishes for you guys.
Oh, thank you, everyone.
So we talked about this
Oh,
weird predicament we find ourselves in. On one way, we're seeing all
yeah.
of the disclosures come out in rapid order. We're feeling that
Yes.
there's a cornered animal also jittery. We are all feeling jittery. I want to ask you that too. Last time we spoke, you and I
Yeah.
we were feeling the dread. It was like the dread machine had been turned on to the full maximum. Everybody was feeling it. We weren't sure if it was our dread, the dread of the bad guys knowing they were losing, or artificial dread, or all of the above. We were feeling that in December. Now I
I
feel the jitteriness, that spook in the herd just before the herd jumps. Like I feel we're just like everybody's like, or it's like that horse that's like shaking, in that
yep.
gate when the before the horse race and he's waiting
I
for
know.
that pistol. Like that's what I feel like right now in energies. How are you
Uh,
feeling that energy? Share that with the audience too.
almost every single day, I wake up in the morning and I think, today.
Today. Yeah. Yeah.
And and I lay there for a little bit and I think, no, not today. But I can feel it. I can feel it coming. There's just one shock after the next, and people are gonna have the rug pulled out from under them again and again.
Yeah.
And it takes about 3/4 of the year before people really, I'm gonna say, take what's happening and say, I've had enough. And the other thing, this is
So
something that I,
bringing us into the fall season for that
yeah,
sentence.
I mean,
Okay.
there's stuff that happens,
Yeah.
but people are kind of resilient. Um, and then I'm not sure what happens between August and December, but I'll share what I've seen. Some kind of what looked like a natural disaster, and it was big. And I so don't want that I'm hardly able to see that it is a natural disaster, and so I was thinking about that, and it's really, I think, important for people to understand that the earth is conscious, and the water is conscious, and the air is conscious, and everything is conscious. Now, it isn't human consciousness, but it is consciousness, and it responds to chaos. And when the earth, who I'll just say, I've had lots of conversations with divas, with elves, with not so much with fairies, but with other forms of life that are very aware of what we're doing here and what we're going through here. And and the warning has been, calm down. You're upsetting the entire world of frequencies. And I had the impression that in the same way that when we released the first atomic bomb, it created all kinds of uproar in the plasma fields
A huge
and the
ripple effect.
frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the same thing is happening with Mother Earth, and the frequencies that we're putting out, and the anger and the fear and the confusion and the upset and the dread and all of that worry and fuss, all of that is going to cause the earth to roll. And it's something that I saw with the little men in brown robes, and I'm like, oh my God, we don't want that.
Right.
And so I'm hoping there are big, wonderful groups that are doing. I think Pam Gregory is behind. I'm not sure if she's behind this, but she has announced it a few times. She's an astrologer in
I watch her
England.
stuff all the time. Yeah, I like her.
Do you? Okay, so
Yeah.
there's a meditation that happens at 7 p.m. England time, and I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern time every Sunday. And people just join hands, join minds around the globe, and then somebody else is doing something similar, and I forget who it is. I was going to look that up again, and I didn't have time.
Well,
But there
Cobra
are
Cobra
good.
was Cobra was also doing those monthly meditations for a while.
Okay.
I dropped out of those a couple of times. I didn't like the frequency coming back. Um,
Oh,
it was weird. Maybe we can explain that in a different show. It's neither here nor there. But
okay.
I love the one with Pam. I love her frequency when she starts talking.
I know.
I love Pam Gregory. So
I know.
I'm not suggesting that she's dangerous to you guys, but at the same time, these group meditations are often infiltrated, and then it's not the person doing the meditation, but it's some of the infiltrators also that
Yep.
you're now in a group consciousness setting. So bring your shields up too when you're doing those things. I think it's just good advice
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
moving forward. Love Pam Gregory says Lakeside Lower Up. I want to bring this up
Yeah.
too. Jan for Peace says I was gonna call you Janine. Sorry about that. Penny, she says, you don't look a day over 50 years old. Happy birthday. And
Oh, thank you.
Cliff High says she's looking good. This is
Oh,
great. He says, I have my money on the Penny Kelly and in cage match with this year with Carrie Cassidy. Penny fights
oh,
dirty. Okay. What do
I
you mean
think
cage match?
Carrie has had a couple of opportunities to talk to me, and I don't know. I get the impression she's afraid.
But wait, didn't
So
I put you guys together 3 years ago? You had come on my show.
yeah,
You did a show after my show 3 years ago,
yeah,
right? Okay, okay.
yeah.
But
But
not
there was
since?
I
Not
could
since?
no, I could feel the tension. She was worried. I don't know about what. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty easy to get along with,
Oh,
and
yeah.
but I do stand my ground. So,
Maybe that's what Cliff is referring to. He wants me to moderate some type of debate. Is that what he's saying? I don't know. We're all
okay,
adults.
Cliffy,
We can have an adult
what's the trouble,
conversation. Come
Cliffy?
on. I
Oh
love
my,
it, Cliff.
yeah,
Thanks for busting my balls, man, during a live show. She has the heart of a champion, and Penny Kelly does. I agree, Cliff.
yeah.
That's what he says there. Yeah, okay. Um,
Uh,
Penny, do we have time? Okay, so we're already 15 minutes into it. Do you think for the looks here, I want you to give us some of the big highlights of that. Do you think we should just move over to the Rumble in case there's some stuff there that could get us trouble here on YouTube? What do you think?
I think so, just to be safe.
Yeah. Okay. So let me bring
Yeah.
the Rumble link down into the YouTube feed. Okay. So guys, if you're watching us here on YouTube, there's a link in the live chat. Please come over to our Beyond
Yeah.
Mystic Rumble channel there. Let me just disconnect here and say au revoir for now from the YouTube feed. Remove